So in today's video, I want to talk about a little something different. I'm usually giving you tips of what to do and how to start and how to begin and how to be an online teacher and how to have your own business and all these great things. But I really feel like it's time for a video of my top 3 things that you shouldn't do. And I'm telling you this because I have done them all and I really feel like you could benefit from my mistakes so that maybe you don't have to make those same mistakes. All right, sound good? So one of the first mistakes I would say that I would make is that when you're first starting out, you really want to see if your audience engages with you and they're interested in what you have to say. And you're constantly trying to find content to put out for people that is super helpful. And so one of the biggest mistakes that I've made is I would just put out content that I felt like I thought was interesting or that, may get a lot of views or things like that, because that's the point, right? You want to reach people to share your information. However, that's the wrong way to go about it. And it had taken me probably longer than it should have to kind of realize that. And so what you really need to do is you really need to listen to your audience and find your group of people and find out what they want to know and find out what people are looking for and what they're interested in. So, it's really that moment where it's like, it's not all about you, it's about everybody else. And even though when you're trying to figure out like your first content piece to do, you think automatically like, what should I put out there that people would like? But you think selfishly and you think about stuff that you would want and put it out there when it's not always necessarily true. So what I've been starting to do is listen to my audience and see what people are asking about. And when people start commenting on certain things, that triggers me and say, hey, well, like 3 people commented on this or asked me about this. So that means it must be more. And that's what I should focus on. So I start listening to you guys and I start looking at my posts and my likes and things like that. And I'm stopping realizing, it's not all about how many likes or how many comments. It's just about the fact that if someone else is interested in knowing something and I can give good value and content on that, then that's what I'm going to focus on. And so I think that listening to your audience would be one of the things that you should do. So what not to do is to not listen to your audience. You should be listening and really reading and figuring out what people are asking you about. And it does take a deep reflection. It takes time to sit there quietly and then maybe think about what people have been asking you or talking to you about. And then maybe go to the social media piece and be like, okay, well, do I have 6 likes on, a digital lesson plan? Okay, that means that people liked it. Okay, so maybe they want more of that. And I can start teaching how to do digital lesson plans. And then, did I get no likes on talking about Nantucket nectar drinks? Well, because no one cares about that, at least my audience, right? So you have to think about what people are asking for and what they want, and then bring value and content to that if you are able to. Don't just pull things out of nowhere. You have to be able to actually have insight and information on a topic. So listen to your audience. Don't make the same mistake I did where you're just kind of pulling things out just to do it. Even though I think it's helpful, if people aren't asking for it, then no one cares. So listen to your audience and stop getting in your head about things. All right, one of the next things I would recommend to avoid doing is, downing yourself or not feeling appreciated enough based on comments and views and likes and things like that. I feel like this is a super hard one to do because when you put something out there, especially after you spent a lot of time and effort on it, and then maybe nobody likes it or nobody comments, or maybe 5 people interact with it in some way, shape, or form, it can be really disappointing and disheartening when you're like, wow, I just spent all that time and effort and I really thought this would be something that people would want and that they like, and then you just kind of 5 people, oh, what the heck, I wanted 500. Stop right there, because think about yourself in your real life. Think about yourself in your house or in your office and where you're at. And think about if those 5 people came to your door and said, hey, I really like the flowers that you have out front here. If those 5 people actually came to you and actually saw you, you would be like, oh my gosh, I had 5 people come by my house today and said that they like these flowers. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. The real interaction is way more to us because we can see it, we can feel it, we can hear it. And we get so excited. Like if 5 people came by my house, like commenting on the flowers out front, I'd be like, wow, cool. That's awesome. But for some reason, when we get 5 likes on our post, we're just like, oh, only 5 people liked it. Well, that's 5 people that you have changed in some way today. You have let them see something that you are sharing, or you have, interacted with them in some way. It's not the same as a physical interaction, but it's still just the same that like 5 people in person or 5 people online, that's still really good reach. And don't down yourself on not getting like hundreds and hundreds of views. I know this because I've been there, and I know I'm not alone. I've seen people ask me about it or talk to me about it privately or in my groups. And I think that we tend to perseverate on things like that when we're not getting a lot of likes or views or shares or things like that. And it's time to sit back and reflect that if even just one person likes or comments or something or interacts with your posts, then you're doing something right? Because somebody out there is liking what you're putting out there, and that's enough. That's enough for you to keep going and being consistent and giving value no matter what. And as you grow, more and more people will start seeing what you're putting out there and appreciating it. But you have to find your people, your audience. But I just feel like as long as somebody is interacting and somebody is seeing it and someone's getting value from it, then that's all that matters. So when you think about something that you've put out there and you've gotten 100 likes, imagine 100 people coming to your house. You wouldn't think that's a small thing. You would be like, oh my God, there's 100 people on my front lawn. Like, what am I gonna do? So we tend to think that the internet is like so much more than it is sometimes, or we tend to get down on ourselves about not having enough views or likes or whatever. But if you like think about it in the people person view, where if like these people actually came to your house, you would be like, oh my God, there's like 500 people here. Oh my God. So when even it's like 10, 15, 30, imagine 30 random people coming to your house to say, oh my gosh, I really like that flower. Like, you would be happy. You would be excited. You'd feel good about it. So, try to start conceptualizing that same idea to the internet. If you are trying to put out value there and a few people like it, that's great. Start taking that. Stop worrying about all the likes and all the comments. Like, if you get some interaction, it's like, okay, cool, I'm doing the right thing. Somebody's enjoying what I'm putting out there. I'm going to keep doing it. Be consistent. Listen to what your audience is saying, and don't let your likes and views determine everything about your life or your business, because it's just not like, don't worry about that. Just keep doing you and keep putting stuff out there. Okay, so be consistent, be confident in your abilities, because you've got this. You just got to keep going, and you got to keep posting, and you got to keep sharing. My final tip is to not wait. Stop waiting for things to be perfect. Stop waiting to have all of the ideas. Stop waiting for everything to fall into place. If you have something and an idea and an outline and a plan, put it out there and start letting people know what you're doing and what you're offering, because the more you keep quiet, the more people aren't going to know about it. And so I would just say, have the faith and the courage to take your idea, put it on paper, make a post and put it out there on the internet for everyone to see. And this is like way easier said than done, but I just find that I've waited a long time to actually put my ideas and thoughts out there, like too long. And I feel like now I'm like, what was I waiting for? What was I thinking? Like, I should have put this out months ago, or I should have done this, or I should have done that. And the shoulda, woulda, couldas is not fun to live. So I just recommend that if you have an idea and you have a thought and you have a plan, or maybe you've already like signed up for a company and like you just haven't really told anyone, you're like a secret consultant, like go ahead and put yourself out there. Like, what are you waiting for? Stop waiting for anyone to sit there and judge you, because what other people think of you is none of your business. And you may have heard me say that before, but it's just so incredibly true. And if you actually take that and let it sink in and think about it for a little bit, it's like 100% true. Like, you can't sit back and worry about what everyone else is thinking about you all the time. Like, this is your life and this is like what you want to do. And if you have a future and a dream in your heart, then you have to follow that, and you have to stop worrying about what everyone else is going to say about it, because I guarantee you most people also have their own ideas and dreams and secrets, and they're not putting themselves out there either. And so when they see you starting to do it, it gives other people courage, because they're like, wow, look at her putting herself out there like that. I would have never thought, or, I would have never done that. And then I'm telling you, people come out of the woodwork and they start feeling comfortable telling you their ideas and their dreams and what they want to do. And it's just crazy, because I start seeing people now that are like super close to me, and they start talking to me now about like starting their own business or joining out school or wanting to do something different with their lives, or they're not 100% happy. How did I start? And it's crazy because I always thought I was like the only one, but you're not the only one. There's so many other people thinking the exact same thing. And it just takes the courage to actually start putting yourself out there and letting people know that this is how you feel. And believe me, I get it. Like, I totally get it. But I'm trying to give you the inspiration now to just go ahead and do it. Put yourself out there. And if you need one person to tell first, hi, come message me. I'll talk to you about it. And there's no judgment here. And I feel like sometimes we just need that push. We just need that one person to like tell. And then you're not afraid to tell anybody anymore. I used to, even when I was in like my direct marketing sales and things like that, I would like be a secret consultant and I wouldn't tell anyone what I was doing and I didn't want to share anything. And then when I finally decided to like go out on my own and do my own thing, I just had to own it. I had to start telling people what it is I was doing, what I wanted to do, and stop being so secretive about it. And I feel like now I'm just like, yeah, this is what I do. I teach online. I work from home. I coach other moms. Like, I do this thing. And before, like a year ago, I would have never told anybody those things. I would have kept it secret and kept it to myself and like shove it down low. And it's like, why was I so afraid of? Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm supporting my family and I'm following my dreams. What is wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. So just get yourself out there, start telling people, start telling somebody what you want to do and how you want to do it, and then like figure it out, research it, go for it, because you can do it. I promise you. And if you need somebody to come to, I'm your girl. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you got some inspiration and some tips and ideas out of it. And if you could be so kind to like the video if you did enjoy it, and also hit that subscribe button down below so you'll never miss a video anytime that I put one out. I really look forward to hearing from you. And if you have any questions or comments, put them down below and check out my description for any of the links of ways that I can help you or coach you. All right, guys, see you in the next one.